Hello and welcome to Joe's tutorial, in which we will import a layered Photoshop file into Adobe Premiere and apply motion effects to the layers. In order to begin, we will already need to know how to generate a PSD file with at least 2 layers from a JPEG, as well as how to navigate through the basic interface of Adobe Premiere. I have already prepared and saved a PSD file for this tutorial by using various selection tools in Photoshop to separate a JPEG image into layers. Let's begin by opening a new project in Adobe Premiere. I have already completed this step to save time, but be sure to select New Project, name it, and choose a location for the project file. When our new project is launched, we will import our Photoshop file by clicking File, Import. Now we can browse to find our file. When we select our file, an important message pops up asking us to choose the form in which we want our file. Since it contains layers, the program is asking if we would like the layers merged or individual. We will select individual, then, in Footage Dimensions, select Document Size, and scroll to ensure that each layer is checked. This way, Premiere will import each layer as a separate element, each in its original location within the image, and each against a transparent background. This will allow us to affect parts of the image separately from others. Click OK. Once imported, we will find a folder with the title of our image in our media browser at the bottom left of our screen. Open the folder and find each of our layers as separate elements. We will now refer to these layers as clips. Drag and drop the clips into the sequence area to the right of the media browser at the bottom of your screen. This action will automatically generate a new sequence with a pixel dimension that matches the size of the original image. These dimensions can always be changed under Sequence Settings. The sequence that we just generated will also populate as an element within our media browser to the left. Now that our clips are within our sequence timeline, we will rebuild our image by stacking the clips in separate video tracks, with the background clip at the bottom. We can generate as many video tracks as we need by dragging and dropping a clip above the topmost track. Once our image is rebuilt, the first thing we will do is extend the duration of the clip to about 15 seconds, then gradually drop the opacity of our background clip in order to reveal our separate layers. Double-click the background clip in the sequence so that it appears in the Effect Controls tab at the upper left of your screen. The Effect Controls window is where we will apply all of our individual motion effects to our clips by using keyframes. Keyframes allow us to establish data points within a given parameter so that the program will automatically gradate between points. For instance, when we set a keyframe for 100% opacity at one frame, then another for 0% opacity further on, our clip will fade from 100% to 0 for the duration between the two keyframes. Keyframes can also be easily selected, moved, or deleted from the clip. We can apply as many keyframes to as many different parameters as needed. To set a keyframe, decide on a value in frame position for a given parameter and click the keyframe icon. Now that we have dropped the opacity of our background clip, let's play with some other basic motion effects to further animate our image. I've already applied scale and rotation effects, and the best way to learn is to jump in. To the grass, let's apply a color effect. Find this option by clicking the Effects menu at the top of your screen. When the menu appears, select Video Effects, then select Image Control, and double-click Color Balance. The effect control will appear in your control window at the upper left of your screen. And finally, to the roof, let's apply a position change. For this effect, we can establish our first keyframe, advance our timeline playhead, then double-click within our preview image to the right. Now we can drag the clip to our desired final position, which we will move up out of our frame. This kind of cross-platform experimentation has been useful in student projects like video collages, mashups, or frame-by-frame animations, and generally empowers us to activate, bend, and critique digital space.